So I turn this chart into degrees. The ascendant, which is Toyah, is 26 of Aquarius. So again, 158. As you can see here, we have the ascendant at 26 Aquarius, but now we can see, so 300 is there and 330 is there. So from there to this point is 26, so that's 326 degrees. As you'll see here, the part of fortune which we're going to be using is 90 degrees, 100 degrees, 104. Saturn is at 274. That's that line there, and there's 270. So in this chart it's really good to use because you can see the actual mappable degrees. Toyah parked her car here in the south car park at Wangetti Beach, which is where we are going to drive. She walked to the entrance of the beach and then down to the beach here. She followed the beach along as she did many times before, roughly 700 meters, until she got to this point here and was murdered. So what we're going to do is show you in real time by going exactly to this car park and walking it and showing you how it matches the horoscope exactly. So let's have a look. So we're on our way, driving down from Kuranda, going to Wangetti Beach, where Toyah Cordingley was found murdered. We're going to follow the compass, and you're going to see how it works in accordance with the astrology. Off we go. Wangetti Beach to show you exactly how the astrology works. So we're 370 meters above sea level. We're going to use just the compass from the iPhone. It's very accurate. As you can see, we have a full 360 degrees. So when we get to the location, we'll be pointing due north and it'll show us how to get there. Bear's setting up his equipment. He's going to do a little test side by side to see that I'm accurate. So off we go.
Hey everyone.
He's a man of few words. Okay. We'll see you.
Here we go.
So I've brought the chart with me. This is what I'm going to be using to get out of the vehicle, walk to the beach, and see if I can find where Toyah's body was located. As we go down the hill, sometimes we have the prehistoric cassowaries. There's a picture of one crossing the road, so I figured we'd film and have a little chat about what Bear's gonna do. Now Bear's my husband of the whole time I've been doing this astrology, and he is going to use electronics, the GPS himself, the compass, GPS, and all sorts of scientific systems, and then he will end up at the location where Toyah was found.
Not just a piece of paper.
Unlike my piece of paper. Then the pair of us are going to see where we stand within the vicinity of each other. And you'll see how close the astrology is in comparison to the actual location of where she was found. We're coming up to Clifton Beach traffic lights where Toyah's car was last seen. These are the traffic lights that her car was spotted at on the way to Wangetti Beach. So she would have driven through here just to take her dog for a walk, as she did many times before. We're coming up to Wangetti Beach South car park. This is exactly where Toyah pulled into. Deciding where to park. And then decided to park where that car is. So we will park close by. So here we are at that location, and now we're going to begin using the compass and showing you the directions. Toyah got out of her car right here. So this is the car park. Here we have the compass. Now she walked 104 degrees. So Bear, can you make that 104 degrees please? It's pointing that way. So that's where we'll walk. Go a little bit further, so stop. So that takes us right to this position here. So the car is there and it's 104 degrees to here. Then we need to get to the fourth house cusp, which is 57 degrees. That's this way. Very hard to keep it on 57, obviously. So we're heading towards this rock. Now obviously she didn't climb over this rock, so we have to walk around. Heading back to 57 degrees, which heads straight to the entrance where Toyah walked to. So oops. Okay, 57 degrees. Standing at the pathway to the beach, 57 degrees. This is exactly where Toyah walked. Okay, so that's 57 degrees, the IC. There's the horizon. That is the ascendant, and now we need to follow the ascendant, which is 326 degrees. So we're turning around. 326 degrees is 26 degrees of Aquarius. .326 northwest. The marker where we began. We're going to walk 750 metres. Every now and then I'll stop and show you that we're heading in the right direction. So we're still following the 326 northwest. As we're walking along the beach, it's so loud. As we're walking, we're talking and realising that the distance back there where Toyah was found and from where she started, the guy that murdered her mustn't have followed her from back there. He would have had to have been up this way. This is a really hard sand to walk on, so there's no way he was carrying Toyah's body. So we feel that perhaps he was hiding up in these bushes and waited for her to get there. He was a brazen son of a bitch. A few days after Toyah was murdered, we were brought down to the beach by Toyah's family friend Prong, and we searched everywhere looking for evidence. Bear found a $5 note, some underpants, and a couple of other things that were handed in to the police. So I was very thankful to be utilised to help in this case in any way. So we're getting closer to the area. 326. Now I'm not saying it's going to be exactly on the spot, but we're going to see how far away it is. So let's see. So here it is on a map. The car park to the beach, 750 metres roughly. 326 degrees where I stand. That's where Toyah was located. If we'd have been looking for Toyah Cordingley from back there and followed the ascendant, the 326 degree line, we would have found her. So where she was in comparison to where I was, ...274 degrees. Unbelievably, that is the position of Saturn, the ruler of the Aquarius ascendant. So even the distance from the end of the map 2 meters away follows the astrological chart. So we walked all the way from down there to this spot right here where Toyah was found, and the astrology map showed us every single point of the way, from the vehicle to the car park to the entrance of the beach to the location where she was found. On the way back we retraced our steps. It was exactly the same line, back to the car park, back to the vehicle. So So essentially, one chart, one horoscope that was formed from the very last time she was sighted shows us many different things. It shows us where she parked, where she walked from her car to the beach, and then it shows us where she walked along the beach to her untimely murder. Bear here is my husband of 28 years. He's been watching me do this astrology now for 28 years and has never actually seen it work the way that we just did it then. How do you feel about it, Bear?
I'm quite blown away because it actually works to the actual dot. It's spot on.
And Bear used the compass as well as myself, so we both checked out the directions to show you how the astrology works in coordination with the mapping, and how if we had have been looking for Toyah, that day, we would have actually came across her body. This can also show, in other instances where there hasn't been a body found, where bodies are. And in future video episodes, I'm going to show you some more of these. So in future episodes, we're going to look at some more cases. I've got people helping out in the US of A who are going to do the same thing, and we're going to see how this works time and time again. There's no doubt whatsoever that that horoscope, which reflects what's going on in the sky at the time, also reflects on Earth. As above, so below.